Hey guys, it's Brian and I'm going to show you how to get the best laid plans trophy in LittleBigPlanet 3, which requires you to win both contraption challenges. Now the first contraption challenge is in the first world, the world where you save OddSock, and yeah, you meet that guy and you're going to enter this and do this kind of optional side quest thing. And he's going to basically show you what you need to do, but you just have to win the race. Now you do that by building your own racer. And you do that with a certain number of parts that you're given. Unfortunately, when you start it, you don't get a lot of parts, but as you do better each time, you get more parts. So right off the bat here, you're just going to want to build your first racer. You're not going to have a lot to choose from, unfortunately. But go into your goodies bag, pick the only chassis you can get, the pumpkin chassis. And then you can place wheels in the L1 and R1 spot there. You also have a spot where you can tie to the X button. Unfortunately, you're not going to have anything to put there at the moment. So we're just going to go ahead and use the pumpkin chassis and put on some wheels here. And then we're going to go in and start the race. Now to race, you just hold L1 and R1. That's what those buttons will show you there in front of the wheels. And you're not going to win this race, unfortunately. You're just not going to have a good enough vehicle. So it's going to be a little slow going here. But eventually you'll get to the end and you will have lost the race, but you would have done well enough that you're going to earn some more parts that you can build a better vehicle. Now you can go and get all fancy all you want, but with the parts you just got, you should have a bottle chassis, so just use that. And then you can throw on some wheels, tie them again to the L1 and R1 button. I'm going to use the toy car wheel. And that's all I'm going to use. This is going to be enough for me to win the race. Barely, but I will win the race. If you want, you can go and keep going and configuring the vehicle. And you could tie things to the X button and the circle button. And you'll do better. But this is at minimum what you're going to need to win the first contraption challenge. After this contraption challenge, we're going to go to a few worlds ahead. I'm going to speed it up here. We're going to go a few worlds ahead, and we're going to have to do a jump and jump for distance. So there you go. We won that race. Got some more parts, so you can go back in there and you can do more if you like. But now this is in the world where you save Swoop. And up here, you're going to have a Joust in Time mission here given you by Pinky. And in this one, as I mentioned, you're going to have to jump for distance. So it's the same exact premise as the previous one, except we're going to have to do some trial and error and gain a bunch of parts before we can get the required distance, which is 2,000 meters or feet. Not sure what it is. So that one, barely 350? But we need to get up to 2,000 and we will win this challenge and then get the best laid plans trophy. So at the start here, just open up your poppet. Go to your goodies bag here. Use your only chassis you have, the fishbone. Then we're going to tie some things to R1. Now the wheels are both controlled by R1 here on this vehicle. So we're just going to go ahead and slap this on. And there's not really much more I can do. We can add a glider or a flipper that will help us get some more air and get a little further. So to use that, you're going to have to hit the X button. Now, when you're in the air, you're going to want to hit the X button. So we're going to go ahead and give this a crack. See what we can do. So again, just hold R1 to get your wheels rolling. And then you're going to hit the X button for the flap. That'll just get you a little bit more air. But as you can see, we fell well short. But we did get some more parts. So we're going to do the same thing here, except we're going to use the wrench chassis. And then we're going to tie some wheels here. These are bound to L1 and R1. So you're going to have to hold both of them. Go ahead and use the flapper here this time. This way when you're airborne, you're just going to kind of tap the X button and it's going to flap like a bird and get you a little bit more distance. Unfortunately, this is not going to be enough distance either, but we will get some more parts. But as you can see, it definitely got a lot more air underneath me there. So we went twice as far. Alright, so this next time I'm going to use the flat iron chassis. And with this configuration, I come very close. In fact, I could probably get it with this configuration. But we did get some more parts after this that we're going to use. So we're going to go tie some wheels here. These are both tied to R1. And you can see I have some more gadgets here. We're going to use the balloon. The balloon is excellent for getting you some extra height as you're coming back down to the ground. I'm going to hit the circle button and that's going to kind of push me back up in the air. We also have a turbocharger, which is going to be bound to L1. And then, of course, our flapper. So what I'm going to do is turn off the ringer on my cell phone and then go ahead and try this. And halfway down the ramp, you want to go ahead and hit the L1 button for boost. So we hit it there. Now I'm going to flap with the X and hit the circle button to get inflate the balloon. As you can see, it carries me pretty far, and as I mentioned, I am real close. I probably could do it if I wanted to do it one more time with that configuration, but we have a birthday cake, and we can attach a whole bunch of things to this. So I'm going to go ahead and attach some ice wheels. These are going to be bound to R1. It says you're coming down the ramp, make sure you hold R1. I'm going to put a flapper to L1, and I'm not going to put another flapper there. Instead, I'm going to use a thruster. So I'm going to use a combination of those two that are going to be tied to L1. Of course, my turbocharger to X, which I'm going to activate halfway down the ramp. And then we need that all-important balloon, which again is going to be tied to circle. So the strategy here is just start going down the ramp with R1. Halfway down, I'm going to use the thruster, which is X. You can put them in any place if you want, of course. And then I'm going to use the L1 once I get airborne here. And that's going to use the thruster and the bat wings. And after those are done, I'm going to use the balloon. And there's our goal. And we went well past it, about 2,400 there. And there's the trophy, the best laid plans. So a little trial and error there, but you'll get it. I want to thank you guys for watching once again. Please like, comment, and subscribe.